Well, RT's military analyst Eugene Khrushchev joins me now in the studio to talk us through Obama's first significant decision in military policy. Eugene, good to see you. Well, during the election, Obama was seen as a peacemaker, even promising to pull out troops from Iraq, but when it comes to Afghanistan, it's a very different story altogether. Why is that?
Well, I don't see any inconsistency in that particular move, except the one thing, that he finalized this decision before the strategy review on AFPAC, Afghan and Pakistan, have been finalized. Because during the process of the 3 reviews by the State Department, DOD, and the White House. So for me, that's the only tactical, precipitous decision which is really took me aback. As far as his strategy overall, his overall approach, that he has been very consistent, that he was adamantly against the Iraq operation, because unofficially it was called by his team of advisors as Operation Distraction. From now, with Afghanistan, I think this is long term. It's a proper move to get the eye back on the ball and focus on 9/11 consequences and how to eradicate the problem which brought the U.S. forces first time to this particular area. Whether it will be successful or not, it's a different issue.
How does Russia stand in all this? What's Moscow's reaction to this significant troop surge?
Well, militarily, it's a drop in the basket. I mean, compared to our Soviet experience in Afghanistan, it still doesn't make a crucial difference whatsoever. However, this particular mini-surge is a reaction to the two events. First, because the U.S. policymakers have failed both in Obama administration and currently from the holdover Secretary Gates. Their efforts have completely failed to bring in NATO European members on a par with the U.S. forces. That's one of the consequences, that Americans have to rely only on their own as far as military build-up is concerned. And the second issue is it's also a reaction to the heavy casualties or collateral damage, as military say, to the mountain casualties among the Afghan civilian population and over-reliance on air bombardments. So the more boots on the ground will effectively have to alleviate the negative consequences of the U.S. and NATO aerial strikes, which only alienate local population and help Taliban and Al-Qaeda in their recruitment efforts. So the Moscow reaction is, well, I cannot tell about the Kremlin, but I strongly believe that the next step will be for Obama to consider what to do with Pakistan, because covert operation is going nowhere. And the third, I hope that finally the new administration will realize that it will be Russia, not NATO, who can really help the United States to make a U-turn and not just pacify, not only to destroy, but to rebuild Afghanistan. Because the nation building, this is where the Soviet Union and the Russia as a successor, where we have accumulated experience of several decades of rebuilding and constructing in Afghanistan. And I think that sooner rather than later, the new administration will come up with this new reality and consider Russia as an equal partner in rebuilding and restoring Afghanistan.
Eugene Khrushchev, thanks very much indeed for your analysis on that situation there in Afghanistan and the relations between the US and Russia on that subject.